Hello, I'm back with a couple more knives. Once again, I mentioned it in the comments of the last video I made. Just thanks to all the people out there showing off some of their knives. I enjoy watching a lot of different videos from a lot of different people, and here's my quick contribution. So I'm going to show this Gerber knife, an LMF2. I'm going to be showing one of the K-Bar zombie knives, and then just a third knife that's part of my collection. Okay, so the LMF2. This is the one I kind of want to talk about most. It's inexpensive, or what I would consider inexpensive. I got it for, hey bud, I got it for about half price. So it retails, I think, usually $120 at the store. I got it at, and it was going for 60 bucks. Probably find it cheaper online somewhere. The other knife, like I mentioned before, comes in this huge case. The zombie knife. This one's kind of like a big cleaver. This knife would be good for some uses. Maybe that case would be handy on a pack or in a pack, just to keep this edge kind of away from anything it could blow through, but I don't know about wearing it. I mean, some people might, but for me it'd just be a little bit too big. Back to the LMF2. The case is okay. I've run it without this whole back part too. I've just taken it off and put a smaller piece of webbing on the hard plastic portion, and that seems to work pretty good. Besides the cases, I mean, you don't need much of a case for any knife. Hopefully you're going to be using it a lot. As long as the edge is covered when you're not using it, you're doing pretty well. Okay, this is the third knife I was talking about. This is a bayonet that I modified. It came with a handle that looked like this. So I mean, if I swap this back on, all of these knives would be what I would consider medium to big, and they would look similar, black handles and different blades. But the use of all three of them is real different. Okay. So these two are made in America, and this is Swiss bayonet. I did use this for some chopping. The edge I have on it is pretty rounded, so it's kind of like an axe. I did some baton work. And yeah, I hear people talking about not batoning with things with a top edge. Well, it's going to eat the crap out of your baton, but depending on what kind of edge you put on it, I found it worked pretty well. And since this is so long, you can get a good balanced hit to get through wood. So this, if you can find it, is pretty inexpensive too. It goes by a lot of names, but it's just a Swiss bayonet. This you can find. You could buy it online, about 120 bucks. So I mean, these two knives, I would say, have a similar price, except I got this one on sale. Okay, so here you can see some crap from just, again, cutting through wood. I found this a lot like a hatchet, but the marketing on them is hilarious. The zombie stuff is just great. And it comes with another set of scales that's green, and if you're worried about dropping this and losing it, and really, I don't know how you would, it's massive. If you drop it in leaves and you still can't find it by kicking around with a pair of boots, yeah, you might cut your boots, but at least you find your knife. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. The one I want to talk about the most is this guy right here. So the LMF2, I don't know what the hell that means. Anyways, this knife is pretty fun to use. I used a couple different grades of emery cloth to take off a bit of the black paint. This just made it easier for me to see the edge. Also, the serrated section on mine looks pretty beat up because I've been just sharpening it with chainsaw files. That's what I've got hanging around. But it works really well. And even though it looks rough, it cuts through rope really well. And since this blade has kind of a short blade section and a long serrated section, I just use it all like a blade. I mean, I'll bang on this end and use the serrations to cut through smaller pieces of wood. Or the thing I like about the handle, it's got a pretty big pommel, so I can just choke up on that and treat it like a long knife to chop. That being said, if I really want to do a lot of chopping, this thing is king. I mean, I'm not going to choke up on it. There's no need. Just hold it here, okay? And if you think about that, holding this here is similar to choking up on this. But I've got more weight and a better shape for chopping with this big K-bar knife. Okay, thanks for watching. I'll try to make a movie on folders one day soon. Thanks.